Oké, részemről mehetünk.
Okay, so the first question, does Nestlé Hungary reduce greenhouse gas emission in its factories? Why is this important to management?
Yes, good morning. So when we speak about environment and when we speak about greenhouse gas emission, we speak about our future as adults, but as well of the future of our children. And there is no greatest challenge than the one we are facing today with the climate change. And if we want to make our business sustainable, if we want to have our consumers still consuming our product, we don't have other choice than being a primary actor in tackling this climate change issue. So to illustrate with some examples, so Diósgyőr and Szerencs factories have strongly reduced their greenhouse gas emission in the past years. Szerencs, we reduced the greenhouse gas emission by 65% compared to 2018, and in Diósgyőr, 91% greenhouse gas emission compared to 2016. And now in Szerencs, we are roughly at 25 kg CO2 by tons of product. So it's very, very low. But we still want to reach the carbon neutrality at the end. So it means that we want to be a factory where each ton of product will have a carbon assessment at zero. So it means that yes, we will still have some greenhouse gas emission, but at the level that we can compensate locally with some actions so that at the end the value chain it is at zero. And it is important for us because we want to protect the future of our children. And you know it well because I have shared it already with you in the past, that our motto here in the factory is that we do not inherit the factories from our ancestors, we are borrowing it from our children. So we have the responsibility to protect the next generation.
Okay, the next, how long have renewable energy sources been used in the Szerencs and Diósgyőr factories?
So indeed, renewable energy was a main contributor of our greenhouse gas emission for the two factories, and we are using the renewable energy since 2016 in both factories. So we have a contract with our energy supplier or electricity supplier, and it is in the contract it is a guarantee that we will receive green energy.
Okay. Sustainable packaging materials are used to package products. Which products are included in such packaging at the Szerencs and Diósgyőr factory?
So all the categories, all the products have projects ongoing or have products with so-called sustainable packaging. What is interesting with sustainable packaging is that you have different sides of this sustainability. One is to make sure that our packaging are recyclable, that you can use the recycling infrastructure so that we can reuse the packaging in another value chain to make sure that it won't go to burn or to landfill or to waste by the consumer. For this part of the sustainability, we have plenty of products to show you as an example. One of them, you were visiting us 3 years ago with this famous Nesquik paper bag, and we were very proud to show that we were the first having this paper bag for powdered beverage. But we have as well several developments ongoing with, it is called monolaminate. You don't see so much visually, you don't see the difference, but you can feel it. If you touch it, you feel the difference. And the main difference in the structure of this packaging is that being so-called monolaminate, it is recyclable in the standard recycling infrastructure. It means that you don't have several layers of polyethylene or I don't know which kind of material that is not making the recycling easy. And for this one, you see we have Nescafé in pure soluble coffee. We have as well all the sticks, which are becoming recyclable as well with a specific foil. We have as well some very nice development ongoing, not yet in Szerencs, but in Nescafé with a paper kind of stick or a sachet, how we call it. Again, an example with pure soluble coffee. And if I'm speaking about Diósgyőr, in Diósgyőr we were very proud to be part of the journey of Smarties, where Smarties wanted to have zero plastic. So to remove all the plastic of their portfolio. Maybe you have seen recently in the newspaper that the tube of Smarties have become in paper and not anymore in plastic. But in Diósgyőr, you know that we are producing these hollow figures, and we are now delivering all the hollow figures of Smarties in paper trays and not anymore in plastic trays. And we are rolling out this approach with all the brands, so KitKat, Milky Bar, Botsi, etc., so that we can remove all the plastic from all our portfolio. And this is one of the projects that is led by our people in Diósgyőr, where we are very proud of. And this packaging for Serencs are also led by a team here in Serencs. By the way, Kata is part of this team. A group of 5 people there who are helping us to develop this type of packaging. And maybe just to continue, I was saying that this is a part, recyclable. Sustainable packaging means recyclability. But another part means that we are ensuring a circular economy, and that we try to reuse the packaging as such. And here in Hungary, it's not yet fully developed, but we have some pilot in France or in Switzerland, where the consumer will bring back the packaging in the shop to fill it in the shop again, so that you even decrease at the end the quantity of packaging that you are using because you reuse it. It's a bit like what our grandmothers were doing in the past. They were going to the market or to the shop with their recipient, and we are coming back to this type of approach to strongly reduce the packaging. So, and we are working on these 2 streams to reduce the packaging impact.
Okay. And how are food development transformed? How will they be able to work with agricultural suppliers?
So the food will be completely transformed in the next years. And effectively, from several points of view, agriculture is part of it. I will come back to that, but from consumer point of view, where the food will be mostly transformed, and where Nestlé is acting as well a lot, is to help consumers to also change their food habits. And we are shifting our portfolio to more vegetarian food and less meat consumption. The reason is because we know that the meat, from agriculture point of view, is one of the biggest contributors of the greenhouse gas emission. And especially with the herd of cows, and we know that the methane that they are producing and the greenhouse gas produced by these farms is quite high. From Nestlé point of view, the agriculture is contributing to 70% of our greenhouse gas emission with the sourcing of our ingredients and and indeed, so you see here on this table, coffee, cocoa, milk. All these type of ingredients are contributing to a greenhouse gas emission, especially the milk, by the way. And this is where Nestlé has a number of pilot projects ongoing with regenerative agriculture, with projects with farmers to help them to be more productive with less fertilizer, and the kind of organic, but organic with higher output. Because what matters is how much tons you can get on a piece of land with the lowest emission rate. And for this one, we have many programs ongoing to help farms. Depends on their structure, depends on what they are doing to find the best model for each farm. And there is a good example ongoing in Buc. We are starting something in Buc with some local farmers to support them with regenerative agriculture. So it can be helping them to find how to compensate the carbon emission locally, so with the farms, can be with trees, can be with forests, can be with soil management. And if you are interested, I'm sure that Arthur would be happy to invite you in Buc to meet these farmers, where we have a pilot happening in Hungary.
The last question?
Maybe, for cocoa and coffee, in terms of sustainability, you know well that cocoa and coffee are not made here locally in Hungary. So here, where Nestlé has a big role to play, we are the lead company for, especially for coffee. We are the biggest buyer of coffee in the world, so we can change the world. We have the power to have an impact. And for both cocoa and coffee, that are the main ingredients in Serencs, we are working with a sustainable supply chain to make sure that the farmers or the ingredients are following a number of rules in the frame of sustainability, so labor, child, but as well environment protection, etc., etc. So we have certification now for our cocoa and coffee, and we are aiming by 2025 to have 100% of our cocoa and coffee ingredients being certified with this type of sustainability certification.
Okay, and the last, why is it so important for Nestle to protect its environment?
So as I explained at the beginning, protecting the environment is protecting our future. So it's to make sure that our business will still be sustainable, but most importantly that our consumer will have the chance to live the same type of life as what we are doing today, and without facing every month, every week, with the fear of having major climate storms or whatever. And why it is important for Nestle, it's also because we are, as I said, we are the greatest, the biggest food company. If we don't do it, who will do it? So if we are not the ones setting up the example, who will? So we have the size, we have the scale, we have the power to make the difference and to inspire others by tackling the climate change. We need government, we need local authorities, we need the GNO, we need all this association we need. But as a business, as a company, we have the power to make the difference and to inspire others.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.